Hey everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Listen, I am here to empower you, to encourage you while you are on your spiritual walk, while you are on your journey of healing, while you are coming out of recovery from that darkness, from that broken place, while you are trying to find your way through the light, trying to get back your power, trying to snatch back your life, trying to stand your ground, trying to get balanced in alignment so that you can go ahead and move your life forward and elevate to that level where God has already or planned and ordained for you in your life. I know that this is not an easy walk when you are healing. I know that it's not an easy walk when you are on your spiritual journey. I know that it's not an easy walk when you are being triggered by traumatic experiences from your past and your childhood and all of the things that has broken you and set you back and sent you down 5 steps, sent you backwards 5 steps when you were trying to go 5 steps forward. I get it. I understand it. Listen, guys, listen. I like to be transparent with people because I believe the more transparency I bring to the channel, the more we can have understanding where the things that I'm going to share with you is going to resonate, right? Because if I'm real with you and I'm telling you, hey, I know where I've come from and what I've experienced, and hey, this is where I was and this is how I came through this, it's going to empower and to help you. Well, that's my intention, is to encourage and empower you to snatch back your life, take back your power, do the work that's necessary for your life to move yourself to that level where your heart is desiring. Listen, God says it's yours. He already gave you the promise, but the promise is waiting on you. And that promise means that no matter what you're going through in this life, in this season of your life, is to take back your power and know that you are a chosen vessel of God and that God loves you. He's always been there for you and He's never left you nor forsaken you. Think of all of the things that you've overcame. Think of all of the challenges that you've had to endure. Think of all of those childhood wounds that you have held on to that are no longer serving you, where you understand and know, I am tired and fed up and it just needs to go. I am ready to release all of that heartbreak, all of those setbacks, anything that has caused me pain. Because it is my now time. It is my time now. And turn that pain into my power. And so on this day, I think about, life happening and everybody's emotions are everywhere. And we're only trying to figure out, how do we get to the light? How will we get to the light, Carol Ann? How do we get there, right? I think about the goodness of God's grace and His mercy. I think about all of the things that, we may have experienced in life and all of the lessons that we should have learned that maybe we did not learn. Okay, all of the cycles that continue to repeat themselves that, they're only repeating themselves because God is saying, did you not learn, God, my child? Are you not understanding that I need you to have more patience? Are you not understanding that that is what you're attracting in your life? Are you not getting this? Are you not getting that those people are not for you? Are you not understanding that that season has ended and that those people are no longer moving forward with you in your new season? Baby, I'm here to tell you that God loves you that much, that He's got so much belief in you that He wants you to have that belief in yourself, that what hurt you is no longer going to hurt you, that what hurt you really didn't hurt you. It set you on a path to become a stronger version of yourself. It set you on a path to be wiser, to move different, to be able to use your spirit of discernment, the gifts that He's given you, to push your way through, to fight your way through the light, because He said He gives you the power to tread upon the scorpions and the serpents. He gives you the power. That is huge. And so I know that, in this life, we go through so many things. And I remember, being in a dark place in my life. And I mean a really dark place in my life. Facing and dealing with depression, anxiety, not believing in myself, gave up on myself, doubted in myself, other people's perspective on my life, just my emotions, feeling triggered by the past. things people said, things people did, all in my head, knowing that that is exactly where the enemy plays, in my head. When we think about it, we think about God saying in his word, you know, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you're thinking negative and you're thinking bad and you're thinking about all of those things that have hurt you, you're only allowing more of that energy to surround you. And now you're being blocked by your prosperity. You're being blocked from your abundance. You're being blocked of your healing process. You're being blocked because these things we have got to deal with. We've got to do the inner work, and then we got to release what is no longer serving us. We got to know what those things are in order to release them. A lot of times we don't even want to do the work. We don't want to look back on those things. We don't want to feel that pain we once felt. We don't want to remember what he did to you or what she said to you or how they made you feel. We just want to move on, right? But you can't move on and be that successful being and be that entrepreneur and be that great wife and be that person that you need to be for yourself until you understand why you were in that darkness, why you were going through those emotions, what they are, where they're bringing you, where they've had you, you know, what they've done to you. Have they stagnated you? Have they helped you in your life? Where they've helped you? How can you learn from the lessons that you've experienced in this life and not use it as a crutch to be a victim in your life? Because you are the victor. You're not the victim. You're the victor. When you think about your story and you think about your journey, think about the path that God laid for you. And sometimes we look at those things and we're like, oh my God, God, you forsake me. You forgot me. You let that happen to me. No, God allowed these things only to benefit you, to allow you, to help you in this life and in this season that you're in right now. And so he needs you to go back to that pain and turn that into your power. What can you learn from that? How can you navigate through that? What of that can you release and use that for your growth, for your breakthrough, for your elevation? Someone touched you when you were a little girl? I am so sorry to hear that. I've experienced that when I was a little girl, as early as 7 as I can remember. And it has traumatized me in my life. And I didn't even know that I was traumatized by something that I buried, that I forgot about. That was so long ago. 7 years old? Who remembers that? And so, yes, that situation was buried, but it caused emotional distress in my life. It caused me to feel a certain type of way about people or in relationships. It caused a doubt in myself. It caused me to seek validation from other people, places, things. People said, I've experienced for me, I felt like I experienced such a traumatic life. You know, I was forced to become an adult before I needed to. I was put in situations I shouldn't have been put in. I took on responsibilities that weren't mine. I poured out my heart to people that I was expecting to love me. I had expectations for people that disappointed me. Times that I just knew I had to plan and it didn't work out. Times that I felt depressed, a lot of anxiety, dealing with grief of losing my mom, and then 5 years later my dad, but having to physically take care of my dad differently than my mom because he experienced a lot of different health conditions, and it going through COVID even during that time where it took me through a dark depression, going through a toxic relationship. It opened up my enlightenment to see not only their toxicity, but also my toxicity, what I was allowing, what I was contributing to, what I was being a codependent of and seeking codependency in, not realizing my self-worth, right? And so this is why it's so important to understand that we've got to really be ready to transform, right? We got to be really ready to transmute that negative energy, those low vibrations, those things that are no longer serving you. You got to be ready, and you got to be willing, and you got to get fed up to the point where you're like, okay, I had enough. Enough is enough. I'm in my head too much. Things are not going right. They're not aligning with me. I'm dealing with all of this past stuff, these things, these bills are coming through, the child support not coming in. I'm going through this heartbreak. I'm dealing with this setback. You know, I am just over it. I am tired of being in a dark place. I'm tired of being in that dark place. You know, that dark place feels like, you know, when you're in your home and you have the dark curtains, right? The room darkening curtains, and you close them, and you turn all the lights off, and you turn the TV off, and it is pitch black dark, right? And when you are in that darkness, you know, I remember days that I was in my bed and I had the curtains closed and I was depressed, right? I was in that darkness and I was like, I am not getting up. I don't feel like it. I am not in the mood. When they came looking for me, I'm like, leave me alone. Today is not the day. I don't feel like it, okay? I just want to be left alone, dealing with all of that all on my own and in that space. And in that space, you find yourself in that dark room, in that energy of darkness, in that energy of those emotions. And we're not in that room and in that darkness meditating and praying and asking God to give us revelation. We're in the bed sobbing to our story, for the journey that we've experienced, for the heartbreaks and the pain that we've had to go through and endure. But the truth of the matter is that when we are in that dark room, it's heavy. And so when you go finally open up the blinds, right, and it's daylight, it's sunlight, and I live in Florida, so you know the sun shines pretty bright here. And when I open the door and I go outdoors, I'm like, wow, it's a beautiful day. My whole energy shifts, and you know I'm wanting to be around those trees and be out in nature and be like, wow, there's people, you know, there's trees, you know, this feels good. There's a whole different shift in your energy. And so when we understand our story and we understand the things that is needed to be done in order for us to be in our well-being mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and even financially, okay? We see that there's a light, and we go and we do the work, whether it's getting up every day and being disciplining yourself to get up every morning extra early and journal, take your shower, drink your hot tea, sit with yourself and pray and meditate, you know, receive what it is that you need for the day. Go ahead and co-create with God, the creator of the universe, right? Set your intentions. In order to do so, we got to get up and we got to get out. We got to get out of our head. We got to get out of these thoughts. We got to get out of these emotions. We got to do what's necessary for our well-being so that we can move ourselves to the next level, so we can push ourselves through that. Yes, it's going to feel lonely. Yes, people aren't going to understand why you're pulling back and why you're not showing up and why you're not doing certain things a certain way. It is because you got to take that time that you need for you in order to get grounded and to get balanced and to get clear and to have better understanding of the lessons that you did not learn, because there's cycles that are continuing to repeat themselves. I need you guys to tap into your well-being, into your wellness, and say, hey, enough is enough. I'm tired of the mess. I'm ready. I'm fed up, and I'm ready to be blessed up. I'm ready to snatch back my life, turn that pain into my power, and do what I've been called to do. Whether that is to help others heal, whether that is to teach, whether that is to inspire, whether that is to motivate, whether that is to lead, whether that is just to move my life in a way where I am going to be an example to my children, to my grandchildren, where I am able, or where maybe I'm moving in a direction to create generational wealth. Whether I am in the energy of going back to school to get my education, to learn a skill, a trade. I am getting outdoors. I am getting outdoors in nature. I am surrounding myself around people who are going to uplift me and support me, and know that those people who were a part of that story, as I turn the chapter, they're not in this part of the story. And that's okay. When you sit with yourself, you get at peace with you become at peace with yourself. You become at peace with being alone. And yeah, it feels lonely. Yeah, it feels lonely, especially when you don't have that companion to roll over on that pillow and talk to. You don't got that person who you can share your personal thoughts and what you're feeling at the moment. Yeah, it gets lonely. But you got God. And while you are going through the process, you are learning more about yourself. You're feeling better about yourself, and you are seeing exactly what you need to let go of and release. Only you know your story. Only you know the path that God has you on, and only you know what needs to be done for you. Okay? When you come on social media and you're looking for coaches or you're just looking for videos that are going to help you self improve, okay, it is a matter of we can give you all of this information. And that's how I was, right? I can go on social media when I was going through, especially here on YouTube, to get some help, right? To get some guidance or see what other people's perspective was on the situations, right? Whether it was the relationship or my health or my wealth or my mind or my emotions. You know, I came on here, and although they gave me the secret ingredients, although they gave me some good tips and great ways, it doesn't matter until you're ready to accept the challenge that is necessary for you and your well-being. Listen, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are already going to like the video, okay? And tap the notification bell so that you never ever miss another video upload. Listen, I'm here to empower you, to help you get through this, because I know it's not easy, but it's a journey and it's a process. Remember to be gentle with yourself. Love on yourself. Give yourself what it is that you need. Release and let go and surrender to God. Give it all to Him and let the universe do what the universe is commanded to do for you, to take you to a new level, a new height of higher frequency, more positivity in your life, and to really truly connect with the highest version of yourself, the stronger version of yourself. I love you, but God loves you so much more. Until the next video, bye.